Hello, Marvelous Legends. I know that when I started this channel, there might come a time where when I got more subscribers, I might accidentally say something that offended people or, upset them. And for that, I knew this time was going to come eventually. So it seems that recently I made a top 10 D-list villains list, and I put Electro on there. And a lot of people were not happy with his inclusion on the D-list villains, even though I justified it. Someone even told me how in Spider-Man Ends of the Earth he even defeated Thor. So for the unhappiness and anger that I've caused through my actions, I would like to take this time to apologize to absolutely nobody! The champ does what he wants! Chill. Hey, Marvel Legends. Yep, it's true. Fame has gone absolutely to my head. 455 subscribers. You can't argue with that. That's science. I'm clearly the ruler and master of the world. I do love it. I can't believe I haven't got nearly 500 subscribers. That is nuts, considering I just did this on a whim when I was so happy to get Ghost Rider. I'm so happy and pleased that you guys like following this channel. It really means a lot. So this episode of Kiss My Rebuttal isn't so much a retort to one simple thing. It's more of a feedback video. So I'm really appreciative of. I've got so much feedback, especially from the top 100 Marvel facts, which I knew going in were not necessarily all facts. And you try coming up with 101 facts at 3 in the morning. What was I doing up at that time? But yeah, thank you so much for all of the feedback. This video is just going to be a bit of a talking to camera kind of thing. So like, if you're just here for the Legends reviews and what have you, I'm not going to catfish you into staying for the whole however long this goes. This is more of a interaction, like a back and forth, and I like that. So even though I had the apology video at the start of this, I have made mistakes. When I started getting more subscribers, and I was like, oh, this is becoming a thing. Like, if I get a million more of these, I might not have to work again. So I started doing a Homer Simpson when he's studying. I was going online and reading books like how to increase subscriber count, how to be seen on YouTube. And one of them said, subscribe to similar channels and click the notification bell, and then whenever they post a new video, be the first one to make a comment so that people will see your name. And I was like, well, that makes perfect sense. So of course I was like, Shardamus Prime's the man, so I'm gonna tick on that. And then I saw a new video and I was like, right, it's like, oh, what's he doing? Okay, right, do a little comment on that, and boom, send. I was like, now to watch the new subscribers roll in. And then it's like, first comment, who's this a-hole? Someone desperate for subs. Ugh, begging, pathetic. I was like, oh, no, undo, I'm being cyberbullied, no. I was like, no, I immediately regret this decision. Live and learn. I'll just go out and toil the fields like any good subscription farmer and cultivate my crop one person at a time. Oh, that was funny. I can't stand confrontation, which is crazy that I used to work as a doorman and do all kinds of things that involve confrontation, but confrontation online with an invisible 12-year-old in Idaho. No, I'm not ready for that kind of conflict. So yeah, I'm not going to be doing that again. So, as for real feedback, real good comments from real good people, I had a lot of great stuff here. Mainly, yes, as I said, from the 101 facts about Marvel. So diving straight into that, I had a comment. I'm going to read these from my laptop here. I'm going to angle it sort of higher so that I look up, because I don't like my looking down profile, because I'm weird like that. So Rob, you messaged me saying, not to knock your efforts, seriously dude, good video. Thanks man, I do appreciate that. Toy Biz gave us a Ben Affleck Daredevil, Wesley Snipes Blade, and Thomas Jane Punisher in the Marvel Legends line before Hasbro even had the license. That was when I mentioned that I think it was Colossus, not Colossus, Juggernaut from X3 and Jean Grey from X3 were like the first movie figures made, and it took like zero research for someone to go, actually no Dave, not even close. It's fair enough. All right, also we have, my mate Dylan, dude, you just brought the thunder in the best way. There's a lot of points here and they're all really good. So I want to do your points justice. So I said that the figures came in 4, 8 and 12 inch variety. It's not 4, it's 3.5 inches. Although he says I did get it right later. I also mentioned that Marvel Legends were a spin-off of the Spider-Man Classics line. He says that when I made that point, I pictured figures from the Spider-Man Classics line that came after Toy Biz Legends started. The preceding 2 waves had very similar packaging to Toy Biz Legends, in full plastic bubbles rather than the bubble on card style they followed with. You know this from fact 6, but the picture was inaccurate. Again, I appreciate that. Oh, speaking of pictures, my goodness, Dylan also pointed out that a load of pictures I used in the top 100 were from MarvelLegends.net, which I didn't even really think about. I just Google image searched whatever I wanted. I was like, oh, I need a picture of this, and it came up. But MarvelLegends.net, they've made an archive of like everything Marvel Legends related, and it's amazing. So like naturally I gravitated towards all their picks because they're so good and so bountiful. But then he said these are kind of copyrighted pictures, dude. So I went to MarvelLegends.net and I messaged them. I was like, hey, I've taken a whole bunch of your pictures and made a video out of them. Is this okay? Do you want me to take it down, re-edit them? And they were super cool, really, really awesome. They did say like, hey, if you could not do that in the future, like ask first, that would be nice. So yeah, we had a really great conversation, and so much love and big thumbs up to the guys over at MarvelLegends.net. They do an amazing job, and I hope to work with them in the future using their pictures with permission. Okay. We also have number 8, and this is interesting actually. Number 8, I just said that Toad was a surprising entry for the first wave, along with Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, and Toad. He said, Toad was an unused mold originally planned to be released in an Evolution of X 2-pack with his Ray Park movie equivalent. I went to the same martial arts school as Ray Park. I was in a tournament that he was in, and he had just done Mortal Kombat 2, I think, and he had to go and film this project that he wasn't allowed to talk about, and we were like, oh, sounds interesting. Yeah, it was episode 1. It's like, that's so cool. We had no idea he was Darth Maul. All right, so yeah, the X movie line was dropped before this saw release, so they crammed it into Series 1 Marvel Legends instead. Number 19, I said that Fin Fang Foom can go from £400 on eBay, and he does say Fin Fang Foom shouldn't cost anyone more than $250. I realise you've said according to eBay, which is true, but encouraging price creep and leap isn't great for collectors. It's very true. Guys, don't spend crazy money on figures. I spent a lot on the Lizard Bath, and it's worth it to me, but still, it's like, oh, I didn't spend that much on the Lizard, and I'm trying to fight the urge to spend that much on the Rhino as well, because it's the Rhino. He's such a huge gap in my collection, and Hasbro are just not re-releasing him. Okay, what else have we got? I mentioned 12-inch icons. And he just says, probably worth mentioning, these were the first 12-inch figures. I see it in text and on the image, but not covered in the audio. Oh, okay, so I mentioned icons, but I don't mention the first 12-inch figures. In 21, I talk about chase figures. He says, these are showdown figures pictured, so not the best example of Marvel Legends variants. And in 22, I expand on chase figures, and I think I actually did start to confuse myself, because I'm just like reading things from, like Marvel Legends wiki and stuff. I'm trying to circle the barrel to get as many facts as possible. I tried to make this more more entertaining than educational. So, with regards to chase figures and variants, Dylan says, chase versus variant versus short packed sort of all are interchangeable terms. Toy-Biz waves weren't released in balanced cases. A case contained 12 figures and then balanced the figures based on assumed popularity. Season 6 cases were heavy on Wolverines, 4 per case, but only 1 Deadpool and 1 Phoenix. I think 1 in 4 cases had Dark Phoenix instead. Some variants were more common, but you couldn't order a case and guarantee you'd get them all. Almost always enough to complete a BAF though. Once they came in, I'm terrible at sight reading. You weren't really wrong here. Yeah, I wasn't really wrong. But it felt like there was more that could have been said. That's fair enough. I'll give you that. Although it's very rare that anyone tells me that I could have said more. I've been going for 10 minutes on this video alone. Number 32. I say that Burnt-Faced Wolverine was the chase figure of a certain line. He says Giant Man Wave. Oh, it was Giant Man Wave. Giant Man Wave also had 4 different versions of Sentry to collect. Yellow and mustard colour versions of both short hair and clean shaven, and long hair beardy looks. So it wasn't just Burnt-Faced Wolvie as a chase figure in this wave. Dude, I love the crazy amount of knowledge being dropped here. Number 36. I talk about the Spider-Man 3 wave here. He says, whilst the Spidey 3 Sandman BAF wave was released in the same style packaging as Marvel Legends figures, they didn't actually carry the Marvel Legends branding anywhere on the boxes. Despite this though, they are widely accepted as being part of the main line. Number 36, he says, I noticed someone else pointed this out, but you overlooked Affleck Daredevil and Thomas Jane Punisher when talking about the first movie figures. But you also forgot X3 Beast in the Annihilus wave, which I had mentioned previously on point 29, apparently. So get your facts in order. Me. Alright, at number 48, I cover mini builder figures, including what I'd term Jubilee a mini builder figure. It says, Jubilee arguably is a regular sized figure, as that buck subsequently has been used on many single releases. And also, this is fair, they've not stopped this as the recent Demo Goblin and Super Skrull continue the trend of not exactly big builder figures. Mini ones do seem to have stopped though, so you're not wrong there. I just don't think Jubilee should have been included. Yeah, in fairness, she probably shouldn't have. Number 55. I mentioned the store exclusive Jubilee wave, how that became a Toys R Us exclusive. He says, if you're counting the Jubilee wave as a mainline release, then the Holocaust one was too. They were both store exclusives. But that was released in 2009, but you said earlier that the wave stopped releasing in 2008. Someone was not checking their facts. This guy. The numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for me. So, number 56. I say the X-Men were absent in the Marvel Legends line for a long time. He says, X-Men only sort of took off 2015. 2014 saw the Jubilee wave and the all-new X-Men box set. 2016, as you say, is when the Jugs wave dropped. 2015 San Diego Comic-Con box set, the Book of Vishanti had magic, so they didn't actually go a year without any X characters seeing some sort of release. Yeah, but that's not an interesting point. I'm like the media. I'm trying to spin this to get clicks and make it sound juicy. X-Men banned from Marvel Legends. Click here to find out why. Number 67. I state that the Silvermane is the first unique character to be included as an accessory. this was not true. It was late. I was scratching for points. He does say, most people are right to not believe this. Yeah. Toy Biz Series 4 included Goliath, who came packed with both Ant-Man and Wasp minis. Series 5 saw Howard packed with Surfer, as I literally mentioned myself earlier and didn't think about. Series 6 gave us Ogun with Wolverine and Dupe with Deadpool. So not even close to being accurate. At point 84, London Comic Con exclusives. He says they were convention exclusives, but worldwide, Mexico got them a few days before us. So they weren't even exclusive to us. And wow, yeah, that's all of Dylan's points for my top 100, which is awesome. I mean, first of all, just to take the time to watch my video and like the general nonsense that I put out. I'm not teaching you how to, do your taxes or, anything useful. So the fact that people watch these and give feedback, oh, I love it. I love seeing this community grow. It's so cool. Also, I got some really interesting feedback from Philip, who originally inspired me to do these Kiss My Rebuttal videos with regards to my Superior Spider-Man figure review. I was saying and giving out, and I think we can all agree, how the figure is completely inaccurate to the comics. And Philip just said, hey, really, made the really good point that, of course, these figures are often, if they're brand new creations in the comics, based off of prototype artwork, because it takes like a year and a half from like the initial picture to sculpting and making this figure. So he showed me this picture of Superior Spider-Man, which was pretty much identical to the figure that we got. And it's funny, I've seen this picture before, but like my brain never noticed that it didn't have web shooters, and it was missing all the things that the figure was missing. And I guess it was a piece of promo art that Marvel said, hey, this is probably what he's gonna look like. So yeah, it was the suit after his original Peter Parker suit, which actually I quite like a variant of that suit in Marvel Legends, where it's like the normal Parker suit, but he's got the lens type eyes and sharper claws. Like everything just looks a little sharper and harsher, being Doc Ock. I love a suit like that. But yeah, Philip, great point with that. And yeah, I saw the artwork and I was like, oh, son of a gun. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Whew. Okay, that was just over 15 minutes. That was Kiss My Rebuttal. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I told you this wasn't going to be like a normal Legends video, but there are more normal Legends videos coming. There's so many requests and ideas that I've got. For my 400th subscriber, he suggested a top 10 BAFs, of top 10 Build-A-Figures. So I have just about enough Build-A-Figures to do that. So I'm going to order my favorite top 10 Build-A-Figures. I'm also going to do the ultimate Marvel display, how to put together an ultimate Marvel display, because some people were saying like, hey, what you originally started this channel with, like how to build displays, it's kind of cool. So I'm going to do one of those. There's another story retrospective coming up. There's so much stuff, and I'm going to be carrying on with the Marvel movie marathon for my sins, because some of these are hard going, and I'm loving the Legends Legacy reviews. That's really fun, putting all my figures in order. So guys, thank you so much for joining. If you've watched this far on just a rebuttal video, then I'm not going to tell you to subscribe, because you must be subscribers if you're watching this. But guys, thank you so much. We're approaching 500 subscribers. That's crazy to me. It makes me so happy. So yeah, thank you for joining the 6-1 Clicks with the subscribe button down this side. I've twigged that now. And yeah, thank you so much. Keep displaying model behavior, and I'll see you in the next episode. Don't be articulate.